the stories that I have to tell are very important because they're going to be lost. And my perspective as a gay man would be different from, I guess, most other people. My name is Gordon Blitz, and I'm a novelist, playwright, stand-up comedian, and maybe one day a screenwriter. And I've been going to emeritus classes for the last 5 years. I was an accountant for 40 years, and I got to write Lawson reports. Before I retired, I was doing analysis of fundraising. I grew up in Long Island, moved out to Los Angeles right after my father died after my bar mitzvah, about a year later. And I had some relatives out here, and it was near the Fairfax area where we ended up living. What later became West Hollywood is where I was living with my mother and sister and grandmother, and I don't know if it was foreshadowing that, that I eventually came out as being gay, and that was sort of a gay city. Another pinnacle of my life is obviously getting married to my husband, Neil, in November 2nd, 2008, 2 days before the horrible Prop 8.
Today's decision leaves just 5 states that have declared same-sex marriage legal. In their decision, the justices say same-sex couples in California still have all their constitutional rights, except the right to describe their relationship as marriage.
I met my husband in 1998 at an ATM machine. I mean, we just acknowledged that we existed, and then I saw him again at some other event. And so I knew him from afar at Temple, but I really hadn't talked to him. But it was the gay parade, and I was marching with my Temple, and he was marching also. And by the end of the march, we were holding hands. So we've been pretty much a couple since then.
Each day is Valentine's Day.
After I retired, I'd been taking a poetry class. I had this time, I thought, well, why don't I write my autobiography? Once I completed my 300-page autobiography, I was bored about myself, and I thought, okay, well, I'll write a novel. And so that's how I ended up doing that. Poetry was a good way to get in touch with my emotions, and in a way, some of the stuff that I wrote was inspiration to write novels. It helped me, give a background to make my characters more complex, thinking as a poet.
May this union allow the Divine Spirit to shine more brightly within each of you.
My name is Michael Main. I have 2 titles that I give myself. I'm his editor and his art director. So editor means that he and I work together on sort of firming up his writing before they get published. And the art director is I do his covers. I typically give him a cover even before he started writing. In other words, he gives me the idea that he has, I think I'm going to do a play about a cruise ship that goes wrong, and what can we come up with? We've done novels together, we've done plays together, we've done short plays together, longer plays together, and now he's even trying screenwriting. His ideas, I don't know where he gets these ideas from. His ideas are wonderful.
This novel, called It's No Laughing Matter, is about a father who won't let his son laugh. That's crazy. And it's written by Gordon Blitz. I met Michael at temple. It was the first time I did a sermon, and I know he had done them, and he sent me this whole he called it a cookbook, all these different examples of things you can use during the service. We weren't that close for some gap of time, and then when my first book came out, and I knew that Michael had an artistic eye, and I think I must have been asking him about the cover and how it looks, and I think he got a hold of my book and he looked through it and says, "Oh, you have all these typos," and and stuff that as an editor, proofer, that he would have caught.
I mean, I open my computer every morning and look to see what he's given me, either just random comments or the next chapter. Yeah, his creativity and his energy, that has always been something that I've been aware of and liked about him.
When something brings me to tears, that cathartic feeling inspires me to try to write something that other people will have a cathartic reaction to.